Welcome, everybody. It is Sunday, May 8th, 2022, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, and we're entering the Q&A section of our call.
Thank you, Robin. Welcome, everybody. And the FDA requires me to inform everybody that since we're going to get technical in our responses and answers, that before you start or use the King diet or accept any of our recommendations, you're to discuss them with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA and FDA also requires to inform you that we do not diagnose, cure, treat, or mitigate any disease. This is for educational purposes only. We can educate you how to utilize the King diet for your benefit. We can educate you how to clean them out of your skin, how to clean them out of your environment, and how to build health and immune functioning through our targeted supplements. Okay, who do we have first with questions?
I've had them for a long time, and they've gone in remission probably 3 or 4 times for sometimes up to 2-3 years at a time, and they just keep coming back. And I've tried several of your products. I guess my specific question is, I wasn't able to attend last week. I was at work. This week, or 2 weeks ago, the 24th, I ordered the Parasite Stop herbal formula because, you guys said good things about it. I've been taking it for a little while. It took about, time to get here, and then once it got here, I've been taking it, and it seems like that maybe they're getting worse before they get better. The last few days, I've had terrible episodes with them just biting my face again and again and again. And I'm on the King diet, and it's just, I don't know, I'm at my wit's end. I've tried so many different things, and I was wondering if you've ever heard of this about the Parasite Stop, or has it been worse before it gets better? I remember last time now on the 24th, you had an example of somebody that did get worse before they got better. Is that possible,
It's always a possibility. In fact, one of the questions of one of the people who wrote in is that after she had taking some Luthineron. Mary, do you have that question there?
Hi, Richard. I ended up taking ivermectin. I mentioned it in the last email, and it has helped tremendously so far. Nancy with Dr. Luna suggests not to take another dose for 3 to 4 weeks, but I feel like I need one. It has been 1 week. I took 1 large dose of 30 milligrams. I had 10 3-milligram tabs, so I thought, what the heck. I had COVID at the beginning of January, and within 10 days I started with the rash and mites, which I now believe started as strongyloides. When I first started with bathing, even before my shipment from you came in, I was using Dr. Bronner's tea tree and Epsom salt, etc. Worms started literally popping out of my skin and leaving bleeding holes from which I still have marks and scars.
Would you read that last sentence again?
Yes.
What's coming out of her skin?
Started.
Talks about using Dr. Bronner's tea tree and Epsom salt and worms started.
Okay, the next sentence.
Literally popping out of my skin and
popping out of my skin. Okay, continue.
Yes. From which I still have marks and scars. It seemed to really happen when I started eating copious amounts of garlic. And once I got the shipment from you, things started calming down. But I just have not been able to get myself over the finish line. Until now, I feel so close from that dose of ivermectin. I ran across the article below while researching dosing on ivermectin for strongyloides and thought it was very interesting. Since even my cousin, who you've spoken with, got this after COVID last July. I'm going to my doctor's office on Monday to request a test for it and for Lyme. Wish me luck. I'm really feeling like I want to go ahead and do another 24 milligram dose. What is your thought on this? Do you feel like it might set me back? I feel like I have the hyperinfection of them and need more aggressive dosage. I am still doing the...
Yeah, thank you. That's all we need to. Well, I addressed a couple of things. Number one, she assumed that she didn't have a test for strongyloides, was assuming she had strongyloides, and later communication with her, we definitely found out that these things coming out of her face were not strongyloides. And the initial segment of this program is about identifying the cofactors. And again, that's the important thing for you, Dave, is to figure out what the cofactors were. She experimented with ivermectin. I'm not telling anybody what you need to do or what you should do, but it seems that because we are lacking the diagnostic skills, the doctors are lacking the diagnostic skills that we require, it's unfortunate that we need to experiment with things. Now, ivermectin is not something I generally recommend people doing. I recommend people going the route of fenbendazole for a longer period of time. But it worked for her dramatically. So as you see, Dave, things got much worse from her. And a blog post, maybe about a year ago, one lady told me that she was started taking Lefiniron. And after she started taking Lefiniron, she had nothing but breakouts, acne-like breakouts on her face for an entire month. But she didn't give up. She kept taking Lefiniron. Now, personally, I think I probably would have given up. But fortunately, she didn't, and she went through it, and she got rid of the cofactor and knocked off Morgellons in the process. So I don't really have a definitive answer for you, Dave. It's a matter of experimentation, unfortunately. And one of these medications, whether it be nitinpyram or ivermectin or fenbendazole or ivermectin, may be important for you to look into.
Okay, I actually ordered the ivermectin and the Fenbin. I have those. I started taking it just a couple days ago because I recently quit my job because they're everywhere at my job, and I can't. Every time I go back, there's no way I can clean them. I mean, I can't disinfect my job, so I had to leave. And I mean, that's why I'm really. It's really a do or die situation for me right now. So I've actually started taking them again, or started taking the ivermectin and the Fenbin. So I'm going to take them, and I'm going to continue on with this, the Parasite Stop herbal, and then all the diet and everything as well. Okay, I'll just keep experimenting with them. That's fair enough on that answer. I also need Robin's contact information so I can start cooking some things on the diet. I don't know how to cook, man.
Okay, have you read Chapter 5 in the book?
I do. I have. I've read the entire book twice at least. I believe it's episode number 9, whatever you call it.
Well,
it's a few.
Cooking is a matter of recipes. Chapter 5 has dozens of recipes, and even has Robin's Corner with recipes that she's contributed. So it's simply a matter of reading the recipe, following the instructions. The recipe tells you exactly what you need, the ingredients. It tells you how to put the ingredients together, how long it takes, and then what the outcome is going to be. Yes, Robin.
So if they're attacking your eyes and face, it's like Richard talked about in the beginning. It's a cofactor. It's not just the Morgellons. It's springtails or mites, and so you have to deal with the environment, not just the diet and the stuff. I mean, you can sit in a couch in your house and get reinfected.
There is no couch. I've thrown all furniture away.
Well, I'm just using that as an example. There are places in your home that might be worse than other places.
I know.
Correct.
I know.
I'll keep after that too.
I know your work environment can be a real big factor. Is there any reason why you could not take an electrostatic sprayer to work and spray the environment? I mean, with COVID around, everybody's familiar with disinfecting and all that shit. I mean, excuse my language.
No, that's okay. Believe me, mine's been a lot worse these last time. But anyway, it's a colossal storage center. It is air conditioned and enclosed. So, I mean, that'd be impossible. First of all, I'd have to have one of those 200-gallon drums you see on the back of trucks, and I'd have to have that refilled a dozen times just to do the place. And they are everywhere. I can't even walk into the place until for more than 2 minutes till that boom all over me. Even when I'm a little slight remiss, from here and from after a weekend or whatever, I didn't have much time off. But anyway, it's a non-factor now. I don't work at that job anymore. It's done.
Okay. All right, so we're discussing history then. All right, thank you,
Yes,
Dave.
sir.
Keep coming back. We hope to support you and inspire you to figure out the cofactor and knock them off.
Okay, so I'm pretty new. I'm so grateful for you guys. Just feeling so isolated. It is incredible what you're doing, and thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So basically, I have a son who lives with my parents, so I spend quite a bit of time there. And with all the doctors telling me, of course, I'm not contagious, this and that, I started going back there on a regular basis, spending nights there. So I'm kind of halfway between two places. And I'm wondering how to approach, there's a special event coming up, and I just have to go. But my mom's not willing to, ammonia her house every single day. It's a big old house. So I don't know how to approach this. Should I go sleep in a tent? Should I? I mean, especially knowing that I'm new to this. Yeah.
Tell me what the special event requires you to do.
Oh, I just have to be present. It's my son's confirmation, so it's a pretty special day for him growing up.
Yeah. So is it? What is your concern at
because of my transportation, I have to take a train up, and with that schedule, I have to spend a night up there, at least.
All right, spending overnight. All right.
In an area that I've been going to weekly, which I probably contaminated in all of this time before I knew what I had. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Robin, you wanna handle that one? Robin?
No.
I know, it's a conundrum.
You start and I'll jump in, okay, Richard?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, number one, have you you say you're relatively new. Have you worked with the diet? Have you gotten to kick in yet?
Somewhat. I'm still finding my way with it, but I've been doing it for almost 3 weeks. I quit drinking. I quit all the sugar. I'm trying hard. I'm doing good with that. I just started the debriding soap today, in fact.
Okay. How far away is this event? How many? Do you have a week, 2 weeks?
It's next weekend.
Next weekend.
Okay.
All right.
I will jump in.
Do you have the parasite stop formula?
Not yet, no.
I would
On
order
Tuesday I
it.
get paid. I'm going to order the, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I would order it. It presently says out of stock, but we should have it in tomorrow.
Okay.
So I would hopefully get that. So you want to be on the diet. So you have the debriding soap?
Yes, and I also take, it should be mentioned, I take risperidone and Wellbutrin.
Okay, that's good.
So I don't.
That should help kick in the diet, and the parasite stop formula should just put you over the top then in that regard. Yes, Robin. Now you want to do it. Now you want to tell.
Now I want to talk. I know. How are you? Hey, it's Mother's Day. I get privilege. Yeah. So the thing is, hopefully you'll get your body under control. But in the book, you want to read the chapters on laundry and disinfecting your environment because.
Oh yeah, I'm at it all the time.
Okay, well, you know, and want to put things that are clean in Ziploc bags that are like freezer Ziploc bags or bigger so that they don't get reinfested. And you can, and if you, when we get to the coaching section, if you want to get my number, you can call me. We can go into detail. But you want to bathe, you want to make a spray with either the Nature's Gift debriding soap or Richard's Clean 'em Up Zines. Bring it with you in a spray bottle. Spray your whole body before you walk in. Try not to sit in anything that's fabric with cushions. wooden chairs, like, gently wipe them clean before you sit and after. Maybe no one will notice that.
Can I interject something?
Sure.
My couch, it's actually just milk crates because I was using underneath for storage, and then so I can spray in there real good. But the cushions I took and put them in vinyl zipper seals, so they just have the fabric cover. Now, is that something that I can easily just spray with ammonia every day, or is that not even going to help?
Well, anything fabric is going to get infested, and I mean, ammonia worked for Richard, and that's not a simple question.
Okay.
So, but it's something we could talk about in detail later.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean,
God,
you
guys really
spraying.
are such you've given me just hope and having a game plan. You don't know how much it's changed, my outlook. Thank you.
Yeah. And the other thing about the diet is it's not just being sugar-free and alcohol-free and I'm so you
one
really
thing at a time.
Be specific, and you got to read labels and and don't break the diet while you're there because it'll instantly affect
real
you.
Quick.
Yeah.
Okay. You break that diet while you're there, and you're in big trouble real quick.
Right. And maybe just could I real quick? I know the other people. If I were like ongoing, do you recommend I stay away from there until I have more of a handle on this?
Oh, absolutely. Get your life, get yourself to where you have minimal, if any, activity whatsoever. And
all right.
Whenever you go out, have a spray bottle with nature's gift in it, or some lotion or something that you can use on the spur of the moment. Whenever you go out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I will do that, sure.
Spray the heck out of your car before you get in it, after you get out of it.
Yeah, I ride a bicycle, so.
Spray every inch of the bicycle. I know someone who got infested because of sitting on a bicycle seat all the time without cleaning it.
Oh, wow, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, spray under the bicycle as well.
All around it, under, below, above. Wipe
I'm trying to accept this as my new normal, because my head races with all these things that can be done.
Write it down, write it down and make a list every day. Have a calendar and an agenda and just list the things you're going to do each day one at a time and just do what you can.
Yeah, okay, do what I can. I will. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
all right, bye-bye.
Wishing you a great visit. All right, who's next?
Anna, you could go next, Anna. From Georgia.
Yes, thank you as always for being here for me and for all of us. I'm very grateful and received the products and I appreciate them. But I have some new issues going on here. I have a nodule that surfaced underneath my eye, and I notice the bumps on my scalp have enlarged. And that's one issue. And then the other thing I want to ask is, can I take all the products like Parasite Stop, the enzyme, the chitosan enzyme, and the Garcilin, can I take them all together? Because, I have a circadian rhythm issue where I can't sleep very well at night, and I tend to try to sleep during the day, and I'm taking a lot of CBD and melatonin to try to sleep. It's, I have a lot of issues, and I feel that much of them or some of them have to do with my environmental, which I can't, move right now. But I wanted your take about, these nodules surfacing because they're painful. The one under my eye hurts, and I noticed it last night. It surfaced, and then the bumps have gotten larger on my scalp. So in some ways I'm better. I think the comfort is that to know that you're here for us and you support us, and that is the greatest blessing, really, is to have the guidance and support, on an emotional level, because many of us, and I speak for myself, I'm dealing with a lot of emotional issues that have nothing to do, well, maybe things have worsened because of, the PTSD that I've had, with my life journey, what I'm saying. But, yeah. And I'm sorry.
Before Robin has an answer, I want to ask you, are you applying something like the skin lotion to those bumps?
Well, I was going to ask you, I've been using the debriding soap. I like it. I put some of the Claudia's Dream Cream on, a few hours ago, and the debriding soap. It's like I'm kind of like overwhelmed. I have so many things going on.
My go-to would be the skin lotion that we have.
Yeah, I don't have that one. I don't until I get that. Can I?
You can add some Nature's Gift to Claudia's Dream Cream and apply them together.
I'm sorry, I get confused when you say Nature's Gift. You mean when you always say that?
Soap.
Or the debriding soap. Yeah, that's a little confusing. The debriding soap is Nature's Gift, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so I can put the debriding. I'm sorry, excuse me for interrupting you here.
You can mix the concentrate in with Claudia's Dream Cream.
Oh, the debriding soap and Claudia's Dream Cream?
Yeah.
Okay, and then just put it under my eye. It won't hurt anything, and put it on my scalp, on the bumps on my scalp also, because, I say, they've gotten more painful. Is it possible with the, the parasite stop and the Garcilin and the contagious enzyme, is it surfacing from my body?
Well, I don't have a definitive answer, but I can guarantee you the likelihood of having detox reactions, and they could be part of detox reactions, is 100%.
So that could be, because I'm thinking about ordering, down the road here, getting the Lufeneron, and but again, I'm concerned, and then also the Fenben, but I'm concerned about my liver enzymes too, because the parasite stop and the Garcilin and the enzyme, the chitosan, doesn't affect liver enzymes. Am I right about that?
Neither does Lufeneron affect liver.
Oh, the Lufeneron does affect liver?
No, it does not.
It
does not. But the other products could affect the liver then?
The only one.
Not the ones you're taking.
No,
not the ones I'm taking. Not the parasite stop or the chitosan enzyme or the Garcilin, right?
None of them will affect your liver enzymes, no.
Okay. What about, can I take them all together? Because I noticed that with the chitosan, it's labeled to take it in between meals, and that doesn't work for me with my circadian rhythm issue here.
Okay. You see, the kinase enzymes can be used two ways. If you take them with food, they become a digestive enzyme.
Okay.
If you take them between meals, they become they go through your blood system and clean up the stuff from your organs. Mm-hmm. So if you want them for the purpose they're intended, you need to take them between meals. Otherwise, they're going to be used up as a digestive enzyme.
Okay. How many hours between meals? How does that work? Where you can get 2 hours? 2 hours.
Well, 1 hour before or 2 hours after.
Okay, one. Okay,
says it right on the bottle.
Before or 2 hours after. That's the best way then, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
And okay, because it's with my time slot here, it's the challenge. But as far as the parasite stop and the Garcilin, I could take that together.
Yes, anytime.
With meals is best.
With meals, okay. And then how does one know when to go from the Garcilin 1 to Garcilin 2?
Well, Garcilin, you might take up to like 6 a day of the regular, and then to get the desired result, and then you switch to Garcilin 2 at 2 a day. And then you can even work up to 5 or 6 a day of them to get desired results.
Yeah, because it doesn't. There's only 30 capsules. It doesn't last very long. That's
right. Once you can take 6 a day. Without...
Yeah. The idea is to get to the desired result. It's sort of like the Nature's Gift concentrate. It's expensive, but in the beginning, the usage of it is high because you got to clean your skin. But cleaning the skin happens pretty quickly. When you're cleaning with the Garcilin, it happens quickly. So you go up high, but then you come back down. The idea is don't just start at a low level and expect that to give you the desired results. It might take.
Okay, because it can get really expensive. That's trying to figure it out here.
Expensive. But one lady wrote in and said it's a lot cheaper than doctors.
That's true. I mean, when you figure it out, that definitely is very, very true. I'm sorry.
Let me say, but I'm not saying to do this instead of going to the doctor. You understand?
I got it. Certainly, yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's just because, again, I'm very grateful that you, share, that it is complicated. We're also biochemically different here and how it manifests. And like
right.
you say, you have to be creative, to find the solution. And it's just, so you definitely are a lifeline, because
we're glad to be here. And
I'm sorry.
While I think of it, everybody on this call with Morgellons, it's my duty to tell you to pick up the phone and make an appointment with one of the specialists who deal with Morgellons. Dr. Saverly, Dr. Cornish, Dr. Bransfield, they're listed in the book. Pick up the phone and make that call tomorrow, all right? The first appointment you will get will probably be 3 or 4 months. All right, fine. Now, start the diet. Get the diet to kick in, make it work the program, and when the time arrives, you might not need your appointment.
Mm-hmm. So you have to go and peel back the onion skin. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said 3 or 4 months is lucky. When I had chronic Lyme, I was on a waiting list for 2 years.
Yeah, so that's true. So I just want to be on board with the FDA and AMA. I'm not here to say what we do replaces them, but
no, of course not.
You get your appointment. Why not do what we have to offer you?
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to ask you about kelp. What is your take on kelp? Is that contraindicated?
What is what?
Seaweed.
The kelp, the seaweed products that are marketed.
I don't know really. I think seaweed is fine. I don't know.
Seaweed should be fine, but I don't know about what they add to it.
The kelp.
The
powdered kelp you buy, I'd stay away from it.
I wouldn't try anything like that without knowing if you're not having your body be quiet. And I just want to say a few things. First of all, if you're getting more bites, you got to think about, because those bumps can be mite bites, and you got to think about where they happened.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm in a difficult situation.
If it's more, but it happened somewhere. If it's not that there are more bites, then it could be a detox reaction, like Richard said, and then you should back off stuff and let your body calm down. But
or the alternative is to get some zeolite from Amazon and start zeolite, and then you can continue.
Because that'll calm down detox reaction.
Right. So I shouldn't take the Garcilin and the Typhoid and the
No, that's not what he said. He said if you're having a detox reaction, buy some zeolite on Amazon, and then it will calm the reaction down, and you don't have to change anything. But if it's not a detox reaction and you're getting attacked, then you have to figure out where in your house is more infested. And I just want to say that on bites and bumps that hurt and appear suddenly, you can apply 100% Nature's Gift Debriding Soap. And what I have found that works really well for those kind of bites, because I got wicked attacked when I started using strong pesticide in my house recently, is wound grade Manuka honey. So I'd put the debriding soap on, and then I'd put the Manuka honey on top of it, and then I'd put essential oils like neem oil and coconut oil over that, and all these things would come out of the bumps, and then the bumps would be gone in 3 days.
Okay, we can talk.
So I'm just, and if you want to talk about that more, you can call me. We're going to have a conversation soon.
Right, I'm grateful. I'm so
Right.
grateful.
So,
Thank you so much, because it's it's scary. Because it's just a but I'm grateful for the products. I mean, I like the products a lot.
Right, but just think about, like, if you discover the bump after you walk into a room, then something in that room triggered it.
Is something in,
Okay.
Because I have diatomaceous earth all around this apartment. I mean, I have it.
Right, but that doesn't mean
it's crazy.
That's not crazy, and it doesn't mean that there's some place that is not affected by the diatomaceous earth. I mean, they're not just on the floor, and
on the ceiling. It's crazy.
They're everywhere.
Bizarre.
So if you sit in a chair and you get a new bump, then they were on that chair. So you got to think about that, and then you can spray before. That's why you spray before you enter a room. You spray out where you're going to sit. You spray under the tables. Either you're using ammonia or you're using enzymes like clean 'em up zymes, or you're using a disinfectant. But you're going to spray everywhere always.
Right, that's what I'm doing. I'm wondering about. I have the cleanup enzymes that the solution from the old. Yeah, how do you dilute that? How is that?
It says it right on the bottle.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a 7-to-1 formula. 7 parts water to 1 part of the enzyme.
It's on the bottle and also on the store.
Right.
These organisms can be on a wall hanging.
Right.
That you have in a room.
They're on the walls, but I think they are here because I have very high ceiling and I can't clean. It's just.
Well, that's where an electrostatic sprayer would help, because you want to spray from the ceiling to the floor and all the walls and everything in between, or just a really good sprayer that has a fine mist. But and the other thing I just wanted to mention really quickly is, if your circadian rhythms are messed up and you're taking CBD oils and melatonin during the day, you could flip that. You could flip that and do that at night, and stay up one night and then stay up the next day, and then you could start sleeping at night again.
Yeah, I have to change. I have to change. You're right. I have to stay up all night, and then that'll readjust it, right? Right.
It will totally readjust it, and it'll be normal.
Yeah.
You gotta bite the bullet and do that.
I know, to stay up all night and change my chemistry.
Well, stop, even just one day, stop taking the melatonin and the CBD oil in the day, and see if you can sleep that night. If you can't sleep, do it again for another day. Stay up and don't take anything until the night.
To try that. I have to try to do something.
It'll make it a lot easier, because then you'll get things done during the day and you won't have to sleep all day.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. I have another real quick question. And in terms of, like emotional things that come into one's life, can that, in other words, it affects the cortisol, but I get triggered, I feel, from a lot of issues dealing with family of origin, that kind of thing. And
that's why we have stress management.
Wait.
Right, yeah, that's a biggie for me and maybe for a lot of us here on the call.
Richard's trying to interrupt.
Stop. Let's do one thing at a time. We're talking about sleeping, and I was about to suggest that every email that you get that has the this program listed, or the recap of the program for YouTube, has a YouTube video on it called Sleep Through the Night. That listen to it. It can help you program your brain to sleep. You start with putting your little toe to sleep. I command my little toe of the right foot to go to sleep. I command my ring toe of the right foot to go to sleep. I command the middle toe. Anybody asleep yet? All right. You do this, the right foot, the left foot, the ankle, and all the way. And by the time you hit your hip, you're goner. You're a goner. You can put yourself to sleep. Now, the next topic is
stress management.
Managing stress. We'll be dealing with that in the third segment. Now, when you're under stress, quickly, and remember this, when you're under stress, your body creates fight or flight hormones, and epinephrine, noradrenaline, and cortisol. Now, cortisol causes sugar to be dumped into your bloodstream. Cortisol causes sugar to be dumped into your bloodstream. Parasites feed on that sugar. So we do things to help bring us down to a homeostatic level to manage the stress. And that's what the third segment of the program is about. Thank you, Anna. Keep coming back.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful.
I've been going from hotel room to hotel room every 3 weeks because of whatever these invisible giant bug spider things are. I tried using ammonia and spraying the rugs with it. Peroxide, alcohol, nothing is working. I looked at the electric sprayer. It costs $1,000. I don't have that kind of money. Please help me figure this out.
All right. Well, here we have, and it turns out that many of us are typhoid Marys, because when you're infected and you're going from hotel to hotel, you are constantly being reinfected and leaving these organisms in the hotel, in that room, to infect somebody else. Anytime I go into a hotel room, I take an electrostatic sprayer with me. Now, the most expensive electrostatic sprayer is about $800, close to $1,000, which is a victory. The Ryobi electrostatic sprayer is about $445. All right. The only difference, they work exactly the same. The only difference between these two is that the Victory, the tank, is maybe, I don't know, 100 milliliters more, you know, not that much. So typically what you put into the tank with the Ryobi will be probably enough to treat your whole house, and then you fill it up again. So there's not really much difference. So I recommend, for now, while they're available, the Ryobi. I think it's been discontinued by Home Depot, and once our supply is gone, it's gone, and there will only be a Victory if they still are in business. Okay, next question.
Sarah from Massachusetts.
Hi, Sarah.
So this is a question. Hi, Robin. I keep wanting to ask this question. Is there a certain fabric that you would recommend that is just easier to treat for wearing, like, day to day? Sorry, my 2-year-old's yelling in the background.
Robin, you want to handle that one, fabric?
Yeah, I think that smooth, shiny, silky fabrics are better, more resistant, but no fabric is 100% resistant. You can spray your clothes with 40% DEET before you put them on, and that helps. And you can also spray things with fabric protector, you know, like the, what is it? There's a company that makes couch and rug cleaner and protector, and you could actually spray your clothes with that. And that really, and if you have clean stuff, Richard makes a product. What is that product that keeps things clean?
Oh, the
what is that called?
MicroGuard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you can spray all your clothes with that as well, and it's helpful.
Surface Guard 90. You can also always invert your clothes and dust them with diatomaceous earth or spray ammonia 20 minutes before you wear it, and then turn them right side out and let them steep in the ammonia fumes. You can always do that. That's what I did for many years.
Yeah. Now that I'm finally starting to get this out of my skin, the next project is going to be the clothes and all that stuff, so I'll be asking Robin some questions.
Sure, laundry's a big deal. We can have a conversation about that.
In fact, 2 weeks ago we did a video. We did a video on laundry. If you want to go into the library and go back 2 weeks, you can see the video we did on
YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. I love the videos. It's so much easier than reading for me right now with my eyes have been greatly affected, but they're getting better. I did just want to mention that I just booked an appointment with Dr. Cornish, and I got in July. It's a virtual appointment. I had to pay $250 for the deposit, and it's $500 for the visit. Oh, so that's that's what it is. And that was getting pretty quickly.
And just know that she's not going to believe that it could be in your clothes or your environment or any of that.
Right. Yeah,
right.
For me, it's more or less just to get the legitimization. I have some court stuff going on now too because of all this. So
let me give you a heads up. When it comes to Dr. Saverly and Dr. Cornish, they don't believe in skin mites. They don't believe that you need to disinfect your environment. They don't believe in skin fungus or any of that stuff. So they just simply they're pigeonholed. They treat Morgellons as Lyme disease. They're going to give you the antibiotics and antifungals and hit it that way. And it's like, my experience was it was like walking on air in cloud nine when I was on the treatment. And when I came off the treatment, that's where Lyme disease almost killed me.
Yeah. Well, this is, for me, it's more, I'm trying to just get the legal side of things. This has been a nightmare with my husband taking me to court and all that stressful stuff. So I have to have a doctor say that, yep, she has this, and I have to sue the hospital that's
That's exactly what. But they're not going to say you have Morgellons. I don't think so. They're going to say you have Lyme disease.
Yeah.
But when we talk, I have things I can email you that will also bring verification that will help you in court.
But but she's going to need some kind of diagnosis from a professional like Dr. Cornish.
Right. Well, but if you can show that it's a Lyme variation of a spirochete, even though, there are doctors that have said that. So if someone says Lyme and Lyme is a spirochete, then it could be convincing.
Okay. Well, keep coming back, and perhaps by the time you get there, you may not need the treatment, but you can still get the diagnosis.
Absolutely. I am getting much better, so I'm hoping that by July 1st I'll be, itch-free.
Okay. Okay, who's next, Chris?
Hello, Richard. I found out I'm allergic to dust mites. Can they bite and live in your skin? And I was going to buy diatomaceous earth to sprinkle around the house and in my bed and my dog's bed. Should I buy the regular or food grade? Thanks for any input, Michelle.
Okay, first of all, dust mites do not bite. The allergy is to the excrement from the dust mites. And yes, spread diatomaceous earth throughout, spray with ammonia, spread diatomaceous earth. Get the food grade diatomaceous earth. We have it in our store for about, $12 or $15. Or you get the real big deal if you go to Tractor Supply. They get about 20 pounds for about $25 of food grade diatomaceous earth. So, okay, so that's the answer. Who's next?
Hello, Richard. I enjoy listening to calls, and it's so sad how many are deemed delusional. Since I have EMF sensitivities, it's easier to listen later. I just saw what has apparently been flying off me. No one can see except in the sun. It seems no one can see except in the sun, it seems. And on my camera, and on my camera after a trip to the Detox spa. Also, I had black things on my stomach Sunday a week ago. I still have mycotoxins and an infestation of calembula. Still trying to find something smart enough to find moisture issues. New AC man this week. 2 past mold companies said no problem after finding moldy plenum. How did you get rid of calembula? Terminex can't seem to help outside. Using white pest strips by windows and cheap cooking oil to trap inside. Any other ideas?
Oh, there you go, Robin.
I read Attract to the Light as well, and they're worse in the evening. Putting DE around the house now. Thank you, Cynthia.
Good. Robin has a standby. Garden Safe. Go ahead.
All right. Well, Garden Safe Fungicide 3, which is 70% neem oil and is an organic pesticide. It's for organic gardening. And if you can't find Garden Safe Fungicide 3, there are other 70% neem oil organic pesticides, and you can mix it with enzyme cleaner and spray everywhere in your house. You buy the concentrate, so you can make your own mix, but it also comes where you can attach it to a hose and spray all around the perimeter. And I just found a new thing. It's called G granules for killing springtails around the outside of your house. I ordered some, and I'll keep you posted on that. But I'm really excited about it. And so that's what I recommend is the Garden Safe Fungicide 3, and for your body, organic neem oil mixed with coconut oil. They hate it. Springtails hate it, and it's not delusional. They're real. They are real, and they get into everything. And also for furniture, the red, what is that oil that's so good?
Red cedar oil.
Red cedar oil. It works great, and but fungicide, Garden Safe Fungicide 3 makes all the difference. It really does.
Yes, I can vouch for that.
Hi, Richard. I just wanted to let you know that every time I start using Lufeneron, every single day my whole body starts breaking out, and they come up at once. My entire ears, arms, hands, it's become so painful and distracting, I always have to back off. I am taking a big trip in June and do not want to be dealing with this. I'm thinking I back off everything and just work on getting my symptoms down to barely none, working the diet, and maybe some Abilify or Parasite Stop. What do you think?
Yes, it seems that the Lufeneron is really kicking in, and they're exiting faster than she wants them to, and it takes a while to get through this. It's impossible for Lufeneron to make things worse, but it is possible to make them want to leave the body pretty quickly. That's definitely a possibility. So what she's doing is basically right, is to, back off and deal with her upcoming event or whatever, and she's on the right track. Make the diet kick in, use the Parasite Stop formula, and get back to being serious later on. Okay, that's it for today. Anything you'd like to say before we wrap it up, Robin?
No, quite a day today.
Yeah. Mary, anything you'd like to say before we close this segment?
Yes, and this really will probably go towards the stress management, but there was one more sentence to that email that said she's still struggling with the embarrassment of all of this.
She's still struggling what?
The embarrassment.
With the embarrassment.
Yeah, that is embarrassing. You can have the cleanest house in the world and feel like you're the dirtiest person in the world. At least that's what my experience was. Not that I was a great housekeeper before, but man, I became one great housekeeper after I encountered these bugs.